Well, it was a good step forward from where we've been in previous seasons. 2009 was a real improvement for us aerodynamically, and looking at the consistency of the car across different tracks, it was much improved. It was a very competitive season. If you look at some of the gaps, they were 1 second sometimes covered the whole field. So getting 1 or 2 tenths out of the car at most tracks made a big difference. So it was a good step forward, but not where we want to be. I think the high points in terms of performance from 2009 was when Nico was leading the Malaysian Grand Prix until the rain came. The great performance by Nico again in Singapore Grand Prix. There was also much stronger performance at Silverstone. We really upped our credibility across all circuits by being strong there. So those were probably the high points. Looking at Nico and Kazuki, who are moving on this year, Nico's obviously done a great job for the team. He scored all of our points. He's come a long way as a driver since we took him as a young kid 4 or 5 years ago. So wish him all the best. He's been very good for Williams. And Kazuki, if anything, Kazuki was driving better than last year, where he scored more points, where he scored lots of points in a car that was less competitive. But the difference now is the field is so competitive that to be a couple of tenths off, then it costs you 5 or 6 places and you don't make it into the points. So Kazuki definitely improved as a driver, and he helped us a lot with setup and direction on race weekends. But because of the grid being so tight, it was much more penalising if you're not right up there. I think that the development of the Cosworth has been reasonable so far. They've got a lot of work to do on the dynos over the winter. A lot of work to do on fuel consumption. That's the buzzword for next year because of the no refueling. So Cosworth have got a lot of work over winter to do there. Their reliability is reasonable, but until you actually get it in a car on the circuit, being on the dyno is one thing, but being on the circuit is one thing, and a different thing altogether. So there's plenty of work to do, and in terms of their performance, until you get in amongst other teams with their engine, it's going to be difficult to judge that. But they're an engineering-led company, and they're pushing, and we're looking at what they're doing, and they're making all sensible decisions and have a robust development program. So we're following that all the way through with them, and so far what we've seen is encouraging, but we still need to do it. Our relationship with Toyota during the contract was fantastic. We had a really good rapport with the engineers, and they did more than they required and bent over backwards to ensure that there was a very good installation of the Toyota engine inside the Williams package. They went the extra mile in a lot of different areas. And it is a great shame to see that Toyota pulled out of Formula One. I really wish all the people that work in Cologne all the best, and hope that they get something new to go forward with, because they're a great